Welcome to the space, my beautiful soul. If the universe has guided you to this specific reading at this exact moment in time, I need you to understand that this is not an accident. There is no algorithm powerful enough to orchestrate the divine synchronicity that brought your spirit to this message today. You have been calling out into the void, asking for a sign, asking for clarity in the midst of a storm that has left you feeling completely shattered. You have been asking the universe why it had to happen this way. Why the silence? Why the sudden ending? Why the excruciating pain of feeling entirely rejected by someone you poured your absolute all into? Today, the universe is answering back. This reading is going to dive deep into the hidden spiritual reality of your situation, uncovering the truths that were kept in the dark and revealing the divine intervention that just saved your life. As always, please remember that this is a general spiritual reading. Take only what resonates deeply with your soul and simply leave the rest behind. You are carrying an extraordinarily heavy burden right now. I can feel the physical weight on your chest, the tightness in your throat, and the sheer exhaustion in your spirit. You have spent countless sleepless nights staring at the ceiling, replaying every single memory, every conversation, every promise that was spoken, trying desperately to figure out where it all went wrong. You have been tearing yourself apart, wondering if you were too much, if you asked for too much, or if you simply were not enough. The feeling of rejection has cut you to your absolute core. You offered this person the purest, most authentic version of your love. You offered them a safe harbor, a place where they could take off their mask and just breathe. And in return, you were met with a cold, abrupt, and agonizing departure. It feels as though they looked at everything you are, everything you gave, and decided it was not valuable. This energy of profound heartbreak has been paralyzing you. You are sitting in the ashes of a future you had already built in your mind. The rejection feels incredibly personal, almost as if it was designed to target your deepest insecurities and childhood wounds. You feel discarded, left behind in the dust while they seemingly moved on or shut down without a second thought. You have been crying out, asking what you did to deserve such a harsh dismissal. You have been analyzing every perceived flaw within yourself, convincing yourself that if only you had been quieter, more patient, more accommodating, they would have stayed. But my beautiful soul, I need you to take a deep breath right now and listen to me very carefully. You are operating under a massive, painful illusion. You are looking at this situation through the lens of human rejection, but the spiritual realm is screaming a completely different truth. What you experienced was not a rejection. It was a divine, forceful, and necessary extraction. The universe did not let this relationship crumble because you were unworthy. The universe dropped a wrecking ball on this connection because you were in grave spiritual danger. You are a chosen one. You carry a light, a frequency, and a pure aura that is incredibly rare in this world. And because of your immense empathy and your desire to heal everything you touch, you were completely blind to the reality of the person you were dealing with. You saw their potential. You saw the wounded inner child inside of them, and you made it your mission to love them until they were whole. But you could not see what was happening behind the closed doors of their subconscious mind. You could not see the spiritual mechanics at play. There were massive secrets hiding in the dark. This person was not who they projected themselves to be. While you were operating purely from the heart space, offering unconditional love and transparency, they were operating from a place of deep shadows, survival mechanisms, and hidden resentments. They wore a carefully constructed mask, mirroring your beautiful qualities back to you so that you would feel a false sense of soulmate recognition. But beneath that mask was a chaotic, unresolved, and profoundly toxic internal landscape. They were harboring unhealed traumas that they had absolutely no intention of fixing. More importantly, they were secretly intimidated by your light. Your high vibration, your intuition, and your inherent goodness served as a blinding mirror that constantly reflected their own darkness, their own inadequacies, and their own refusal to evolve back at them. They were taking from you in ways you did not even realize. This was an energetic heist. They were secretly siphoning your life force, your optimism, and your divine energy, to fuel their own ego and fill the massive unfilled void within their own soul. There were betrayals of trust happening on an energetic level, and possibly even in the physical 3D world, that you were entirely unaware of. They were keeping options open, entertaining lower vibrational energies, and engaging in self-sabotaging behaviors that they hid from you because they knew you would not tolerate it. They wanted the comfort and the prestige of having someone as pure as you, but they wanted to maintain their toxic habits in secret. If the universe had allowed this connection to continue, you would have been completely destroyed. You were dealing with deeply entrenched toxic attachments. This person was tethered to lower vibrational entities, karmic cycles, and addictive mentalities that were slowly wrapping around your ankles, threatening to pull you down into their abyss. Your spirit guides, your ancestors, and the divine forces that protect your timeline saw the trajectory of where this was heading. They saw that in your attempt to save this person, you were slowly drowning. Your light was dimming. Your intuition was becoming clouded. You were starting to doubt your own sanity, shrinking yourself to fit into their chaotic narrative. The universe realized that gentle nudges were not going to work. You were too loyal, too loving, and too stubbornly committed to breaking the bond yourself. So, the universe had to step in and forcefully remove them from your path. The suddenness of it, the harshness of the silence, the cruel way it ended, that was the universe severing the cord with a definitive strike, so that you would have no choice but to let go. You have been left feeling battered, spiritually exhausted, and defensive. You have been fighting a war in the spiritual realm that you did not even know you enlisted in. The fatigue you feel in your bones is not just from the crying. It is from the massive amount of energy your soul has expended trying to survive a connection that was actively poisoning your aura. You must realize that their inability to choose you was not a reflection of your worth. It was a reflection of their severe allergic reaction to your light. Darkness cannot coexist with blinding light without being exposed, and they were terrified of being fully seen. They ran because your vibration demanded an evolution they were entirely incapable of achieving. They left because the divine intervention made it impossible for them to stay and continue feeding off of you. This brings us to the profound and absolute necessity of this ending. You are standing at the threshold of a massive purge, and you must surrender to it. I need to issue a very strong, intuitive warning to you right now. You must stop looking back. You must stop romanticizing the ghost of a person who never truly existed in the way you thought they did. Stop stalking their social media to see if they are happier without you. Stop replaying the good moments and ignoring the blatant red flags that the universe so clearly illuminated for you. You are keeping the energetic portal open every single time you allow your mind to dwell on their potential. By holding on to the illusion of who you wanted them to be, you are actively delaying your own healing and blocking the phenomenal blessings that are trying to enter your space. You must step into an energy of absolute, unapologetic sovereignty. You need to pick up the sword of truth and sever these final remaining emotional and energetic cords. No more excuses for their bad behavior. No more utilizing your empathy as a weapon against your own boundaries. You have to understand that this person is currently navigating their own dark night of the soul, even if their external reality looks perfectly fine. The karma of walking away from a divinely protected chosen one, the karma of mishandling a pure heart is inescapable. When their distractions inevitably fade and the reality of what they lost finally hits them, they will feel the immense void where your love used to be. And here is the warning: when they hit rock bottom, when their own darkness begins to consume them, they will try to return. They will try to reach out, seeking a hit of your energy to revive themselves. You must build an impenetrable fortress around your heart. You must deny them access to your sacred space. Forgiveness does not mean giving them a front row seat to your life. Forgive them in the spiritual realm, but lock the door in the physical one. You are being called to rise. This entire devastating experience was fundamentally orchestrated to trigger your ultimate spiritual awakening. The universe used this painful catalyst to crack your heart wide open so that you could finally see your own power. You were relying on this person to validate your worth, and the universe has removed them so you would be forced to find that validation strictly from within yourself. You are shedding an old, codependent, people-pleasing version of your soul. You are shedding the version of you that accepted breadcrumbs and called it a feast, the spiritual trumpet sounding, waking you up from the slumber of settling for less than what you divinely deserve. You are stepping into a phase of extreme clarity, where your intuition is going to be sharper than it has ever been. You will never again allow someone to drain your cup without replenishing it. As you process this purge and truly accept that you are protected, not rejected, an incredible wave of divine healing is going to wash over you. The universe is actively pouring celestial, restorative light into the wounds left by this connection. You are going to start feeling a lightness in your spirit that you have not felt in years. Your physical vitality is going to return. Your creativity, your joy, and your magnetic aura are going to amplify tenfold. Because you are no longer unknowingly funneling your energy into a black hole. All of that beautiful high vibrational life force is now being redirected back into your own life. You are going to start manifesting at a rapid, almost unbelievable pace. Opportunities, abundance, and profound peace are aligning for you right now in the spiritual realm. This is the destined outcome of your story, my beautiful soul. By trusting the universe and walking away from the toxicity you thought you loved, you are clearing the path for true, unshakable emotional fulfillment. You are upgrading your timeline. The universe removed this person not to punish you, but to make room for a love that actually matches your high vibration. A love that does not require you to shrink. A love that does not hide in the shadows. And a love that does not trigger your deepest anxieties. You are headed toward absolute abundance, deep spiritual harmony, and a life where you are completely cherished for the magnificent light that you hold. You have survived the storm. You have passed the test. You are stepping into your sovereign era. If this message resonated with your spirit today, please take a moment to subscribe, like this video, and comment down below. I claim my divine protection to anchor this powerful, transformative energy into your reality. Remember, you are immensely loved, completely guided, and fiercely protected by the divine. Until next time, stay in your light and walk proudly in your incredible power.